What's good, y'all? We are live. What's happening? It's your man DL Saint. Yo, what's up? Oh man, I want to do a DL short. I wanted to do this one live. Normally I record those shorts, but this one I wanted to do live. Um, you guys know I'm out doing comedy or whatever. I got home not too long ago and I found out about Trump getting indicted. What is going on, man? Like this is crazy. Let's just keep it 100, man. This is crazy. Um, I mean, I knew this was coming. This particular indictment has to do with the secret documents. This is a federal case. I knew it was coming, but I didn't think it was going to come this soon. I didn't think the indictments were going to come this soon. There was, stuff going on here in Florida. The courts were talking to people involved with the case. There was a guy allegedly responsible for some sort of flooding that was going on in one of the rooms where the documents were allegedly kept. And, down here in Florida, they had to bring him in a couple times. And then now I'm hearing about this, this indictment, bro. This all I got to say about that. Like, what the hell? Um, Kind of crazy, man. Like, so Trump is facing state charges in New York, and now he's facing federal charges now. And there's one more investigation out there, and that has everything to do with election fraud or election tampering. That's out of Georgia when he made the phone call and allegedly saying, "Hey, find me the votes." There was a lot going on during the last election. That's still out there. That's still outstanding. There's going to be indictments behind that as well. They're still investigating. So, man, this right here is insane. We got brother Mike's in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by, bro. I was gonna do a show about MLD. Apparently, MLD, Modern Life Dating John, that one guy, uh, who was on Valuetainment Saucecast and got confronted by some women that he allegedly called fat from the chat and some other like another or earlier date or whatever. I covered that on this platform. The way dude handled it was just not right. That was just not the way, especially if you're supposed to be, you know, a leader of men and this and that, and standing. His thing is money game frame. So he's out. And there's a couple of videos out there. He's talking about Destiny. He's talking about Adam Sosnick and everything that happened. Um, I was going to talk about that. And then I saw this indictment. So I'm just going to push that to tomorrow. We're going to talk about this indictment. So good to see you, bro. I'm glad you came through. We're just going to talk about this indictment. This is insane. I mean, former president of the United States. This is unprecedented. This has never happened before. Man, this is just crazy. Brother Nitus is in the house. What's good, fam? How you doing? Do work, DL, saying I really want a podcast. Hey, man, I told you it's summertime, bro. I'm on that summer schedule, man. I'm going to be popping in, doing it, getting it in when I can get it in. We got Brother Mandrill in the house. What's good, bro? Um, yeah, Mandrill, they indicted Trump again. Like this dude right here. This dude, like, oh man, it's crazy. So, Breaking Points is where I saw the first indication of this. Not live, of course. I came home and I'm a big fan of their platform, and I saw it in the queue. I was like, "What is this?" And I watched it. So we're gonna react to that video, man. I have it queued up. Um, Bro, so all I gotta say about that is, man. So, of course, there's more that is out there. Watch any news outlet right now. I'm pretty sure it has tons of information on what's going on. I just really like Breaking Points. Um, I like what they're doing over there. They have their new set is just about done. I think it's almost finished, and they know just in time for this because this is going to be crazy. Um, but yeah, let's check this out, man. Let's see what Breaking is talking about it. And it's not Crystal or Saga. This is one of their other personalities. I forget her name, but she's the one who broke this on their platform. Of course, she wasn't the first to break it. I think Donald Trump was the first one on his platform that actually broke this. He actually, sent out a message talking about the indictment. And I think it's 7 counts, but let's check this out. Let me pull this up, man. We're going to check this out right now.
Hi, everyone. Emily Jashinsky, breaking news, coming to you with breaking news here. I'm not breaking the news because the news was broken by former President Donald Trump himself, who said tonight that he was informed by his attorneys that he would be indicted in the documents case. That would be the classified documents case. You remember the FBI's raid on Mar-a-Lago from last year. Trump has now been, the news has been broken not only by Trump, but by NBC as well. I'm reading from CNBC here. He was indicted on 7 criminal counts in the classified documents case. You'll remember all the way back in March, not actually that long ago. This is the second indictment now of the presidential cycle because he was indicted by a grand jury in New York all the way back then. So 2 indictments for one presidential candidate in the span of some months. Trump reacted with a video on Truth Social. He put out a statement on Truth Social. It's pretty much what you would expect from the former president, but take a look. You can watch it for yourself.
Now, before we watch this video, before we watch this part, and again, shout out to Breaking Points. If you guys aren't over there subscribing and checking them out, man, they do really good work over there, man. Shout out to Breaking Points over there. Shout out to Crystal and Sagar. There's her and there's another guy, another personality they use over there. So it's pretty much the 4, but the heavy lifting is done by Sagar and Crystal. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be talking about this all day tomorrow. Who isn't? So Donald Trump is facing 7 counts, man. Keep this in mind. These are federal counts. Like this, you're talking about secret documents and above secret and all that kind of stuff. These classified documents, the highest security clearance on these documents, right? These documents were only supposed to be kept in certain rooms. It was like very controlled. He had these documents, and we're going to hear them talk about this a little bit, but this is a federal case. He's already dealing with a state case in New York, which I think is kind of weak. I ain't gonna lie to you, but laws were broken. Why is he facing the state cases in New York? Because the feds didn't want to deal with that case. They passed on it and the state pushed forward anyway. The state of New York does not like Donald Trump. Just keeping it 100. They don't like that guy. So they built up this case with, with all these different counts or whatever. I don't know how it's going to play out. It's a state case, man. State cases can do anything. It's just crazy. You don't know how it's going to play out. But when the feds come see you, like when you're dealing with federal cases, that's a problem. The feds don't waste time. You had a federal case, 7 counts. They've done their due diligence. They've done their investigation, which means they got people that have already spoken and talked about it. Remember, they were working with Donald Trump and his people for a very long time trying to get their hands on these documents. It got to the point where they had to go and get a sealed indictment, right, or a search warrant to go to Mar-a-Lago and look for these documents. And when they did the raid, they found the documents exactly where they said they were going to be. How did the feds know where these documents were? People were talking to the feds, period. So it's people that Donald Trump's doing this thing. Hey, I got these documents. Look at this, look at that, blah, 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 saying whatever he's saying, using these documents, which are some of America's, most important secrets. He's just showing them off to people, like they're paintings or something, right? So how did the feds know where this stuff were? People were talking and they found the documents. So I knew right then, I'm like, all right, bro, this is going to be a case some point down the road. I thought it was going to be further down the road before any indictments came down or whatever. I was wrong. Again, what do I know? I'm just an old man sitting in his attic, bro, talking to a computer. But, bro, they got him. As far as the indictments go, when you're dealing with the feds, man, they have that really, really high conviction rate for a reason. You don't want to deal with the feds. The thing is, I don't know if there's any deals to be had. Like the feds, no prosecutor wants to go to trial. So I don't know if there's anything to offer. This is unprecedented. The search warrant on a former president, the indictment on a former president. These are federal cases. I don't know if there's any deals to be offered. I don't know if they have to go the distance because they did this. He's the first one. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to play out. Brother Dino Dinosaurs in the house, man. What's good? It's like, did you have a good audience, DL? Didn't expect you podcasting tonight. I did have a good audience, bro. I was able to get a quick vlog in before. It was the first time I was ever down there. And what Brother Dino was asking me about is I went and did a set at the open mic in the Tampa Improv. I'd never been there before. The crowd was cool, a little bit rowdy. It worked out well. I screwed up. They called me. They don't have a set lineup. They don't like post a lineup and this is who's going up when. So you can't, you don't know when you're going up if you're going up. They kind of do it random. They have a list of everybody who's trying to get on and they just kind of pick whoever they want. There's no real system to it. So I went and I checked with them. I said, hey, that's my name right there. This is who I am. The guy was like, okay, cool. We're going to get you up, man, but it's going to be late. I was like, fine, that's cool. It's going to be late. There was a guy on stage when I was making that conversation. The next guy went up, right? He got done, and then they called the name of some guy who didn't show up, and then they called my name. I'm like, what? This isn't late. So I was prepared. Of course, you're always ready to go. I got on stage, I did my thing, but I forgot to audio record it. Like I normally always record my sets. I forgot to audio record it. I ran a new punchline that my buddy Ty Barnett helped me work out, and it went really well. So yeah, bro, it was good. It was good. I was intending to come back on, but I wasn't gonna go live. I was gonna just I was gonna do something and then post it, upload it. But when I saw this, bro, I got to talk about it, man. Donald Trump is under another indictment. This one federal. Like this is crazy, man. So let's get back to that. So yeah, he made a video and he posted on his True Social. So let's continue. Let's watch the rest of this.
For yourself right here.
Sadly, we're a nation in decline, and yet they go after a popular president, a president that got more votes than any sitting president in the history of our country by far, and did much better the second time in the election than the first. And they go after him on a boxes hoax, just like the Russia hoax and all of the others. This has been going on for 7 years. That they can't stop because it's election interference at the highest level. There's never been anything like what's happened. I'm an innocent man. I'm an innocent person. They had the Mueller hoax, the Mueller report, and that came out. No collusion after 2.5 years. That was set up by Hillary Clinton and Democrats. But this is what they do. This is what they do so well. If they would devote their energies to honesty and integrity, it would be a lot better for our country. They could do a lot better. They could do a lot of great things. Our country is going to hell, and they come after Donald Trump, weaponizing the Justice Department, weaponizing the FBI. We can't let this continue to go on because it's ripping our country to shreds. We have such big problems, and this shouldn't be one of them. It's a hoax. The whole thing is a hoax, just like Russia, just like the fake dossier was a hoax. You saw the Durham report. You saw the Mueller report. It was all a big hoax. You had 2 impeachments, and they lost, and we won.
So he also wrote on True Social.
So you see that, right? He's saying all this stuff, right? If you get indicted by the federal government, the last thing you want to do is turn on the camera and start talking. It's the last thing you want to do. Right? That's the absolute. You get an indictment from the federal government, you want to go talk to your people. You want to go talk to your people. You want to go talk to your attorneys. You want to sit there and see what's going on. And and someone like Donald Trump and his team, they knew the indictment was coming. So it's like, look, bro, they're going to hand this indictment down. And when it happens, this is what I don't want you to do. This is why Donald Trump can't get, the best legal representation, because first of all, he's not going to pay. And people already know that. Like, he's not going to pay. Secondly, he's not going to do what they tell him to do. Like, bro, that's the last thing you want to do, right? And he's thinking like, well, I got to get this word out to my people, my followers, whatever. Down here in Florida, where I live, between Hillsborough and Pinellas counties, bro, this used to be huge Trump country. I mean, huge, bro. Flags everywhere, bumper stickers everywhere, people gathering like on random days, Fridays, Saturdays, or whatever, on the corner with the flags, hung for Trump and all this, man, was huge. This was Trump country, right? It still is out in the sticks, but I'm talking about like in the greater Tampa area, St. Pete, Clearwater. They was crazy with it until January 6th, right? Once that happened, everybody was believing in this dude. Let's go down here, stop the steal, all this other kind of stuff. Let's take our country back. They march right on the Capitol, did what they did, caught cases, and there's a lot of people down here that got locked up. There's a lot of people down here sitting down doing time right now for that, right? Trump didn't get locked up. So these people are down here, they saw it. They saw that. Like, not the people who are sitting down, the people who are doing time, you know, they mad. Their families are mad, right? Their families are hurt. They're like, well, I thought Trump was going to get us out. I thought Trump cares about us. They know what's up. They know what's up. You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on? They sitting down here doing real time. The Oath Keepers guys got like 18 years or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The Proud Boy people, the Proud Boys, they sitting down doing time. Those people that was walking around taking furniture out of the House of Representatives and all that in them offices at the Capitol, those people were like sitting there with their feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk. Most of them people were down here in Central Florida. All them people, all of them got locked up. Right. So now they're looking at Trump. You know what they're saying? Yeah, bro, you should sit down. Yeah, bro, you're going to do this time too. Even though, you know, it's like you ain't doing the time for what you talked us into, which, you know, these people always look for somebody to blame. If you let somebody hype you up and go break some felonies, some federal crimes, that's what you get. You're right. But now they're going to turn around. They mad at Trump. You don't see that many Trump bumper stickers down here. You don't see a lot of DeSantis stuff either. Lately, people mad at DeSantis because it's hitting them in their pocketbook. I was talking about that with the, you know, just the insurance part of this is really hitting people hard in their pocketbooks, man. People are coughing up money they ain't got. You know, there's a bunch of people about to lose their homes down here in Florida. You know, a lot, right? It's about to happen, man. Give it 6 to 8 months when you're going to start seeing it. People having to give their homes back because they can't properly insure it. They can't afford the premiums, right? The gas is going up. Food is going up. It's crazy down here. So people are like, you know, looking sideways at DeSantis. People looking sideways at Trump. And now he got this indictment. Man, y'all going to see what it is, bro. Y'all going to see what it is, Brother Dino. It was like, clown, one of Trump's lawyers just jumped ship last week, and he is helping because he knows Trump will sink him. Absolutely. Absolutely. There were the attorneys that were involved in this process when the feds were trying to get these documents. These attorneys was like, yeah, he don't have them, da. They're making sworn statements and filling out affidavits, right? They're lying. That's perjury. That's perjury. You can be disbarred for that. And that's what they're looking at. They probably will get disbarred. Man, it's crazy. If not locked up or both. You know what I mean? Brother D Max in the house was good, man. He's like, he's done. Yeah, man, he's going to have a problem with this, bro. This is a case. This case right here and that thing in Georgia, those are the two. That's a real problem. And I even said that, you know, you go back and look at some of the stuff we were talking about earlier when we were talking about this months ago. I'm like, yeah, this New York thing, I don't know about that, but this the documents, right? The secure document thing and that voter thing in Georgia, those two are real. Those are real. And you add to it, they don't like Trump. And who I mean by they, I'm talking about the 1%. I'm talking about the system. I'm talking about the matrix, whatever you want to call them, the swamp, whoever you want to call them. They don't like Donald Trump and they coming after him. And they're about to point that out here in this in this video, right? Because Biden, same thing. Like Biden has secret documents. They, you know, these really secure documents, and he shouldn't have. When he was vice president, they found them in his garage or wherever they found them. That's a problem. I think Pence has some issues with it. They went after Obama, but Obama did all the paperwork. You know, apparently Obama was straight the way he did it. But you know, they're kind of pushing that off to the side. All the Hillary Clinton stuff, you know what I mean? All the Benghazi and all this, they pushing that off to the side. They going after Trump hard, right? So, you know, that's what happens when you think you're too big. Right? He thought he was too big. They're like, all right, we're going to show you something, little guy. We're going to show you. And that's what he's dealing with. And Brother Dino is like, the carpetbagger is already fundraising off his dummies tonight. Yeah, he's trying to get money, bro, but I'm telling you, he's not going to be able to raise as much money. These people are they're getting tired of this, bro. They're like, man, another case? At some point, they're like, come on, bro. Right. And some of his people, they can read, you know what I mean? They can kind of think, they're going to think it through. So yeah, he gonna fundraise, but I don't think he's going to get the big money he was getting before. We'll see. Those numbers will come out, but he needs to fundraise because he's gonna need some attorneys, bro. Wonderful 34 is in the house, man. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Appreciate all the support, man. Always coming through on the Cash App, man. Thank you so much, bro. I really do appreciate you, man. For real. What's up with you, bro? How you feeling, man? We over here talking about Trump. We talking about this latest indictment. Let's continue with the video.
Social. I never thought it possible that such a thing could happen to President of the United States. I am an innocent man, all caps. This is indeed a dark day for the United States of America. Now, I'm reading a little bit from the CNBC article here. They say Trump has been the focus of a federal criminal investigation since last year over his stonewalling of requests to return government records, including classified documents, after ending his term as president. By law, such records must be returned when a president leaves office. So that became this huge fixation of the media spectacle, obviously, last August, when people were going through the various legal theories as to whether Donald Trump himself could declassify documents at a whim, basically, because of he's president. You know, it's a question of presidential powers. Therefore, anything he said was declassified, whether or not he did it beforehand, whether or not he did it just by statement, like when Michael Scott comes out and declares bankruptcy. It's a serious question, sort of legally.
And she's right about that. And, you know, my personal theory on that is, like, you know, Donald Trump is Donald Trump, right? I mean, the dude said he doesn't like reading. The dude, you know, he's lived a life where he does what he wants to do, free of any consequences whatsoever. Then he gets himself into the White House, and there are rules. There are rules. So he's probably sitting there, and someone said that the president of the United States can declassify any document he wants just by saying it's declassified. And then he stopped listening. That's my theory. He stopped listening. While they continue saying there's a process and it has to go through this, that, the third, and blah, 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 blah. He didn't hear none of that. All he heard was, all I got to do is say it's declassified and it's declassified. And started taking documents and just doing whatever he was doing. Now, you can, you hear something like that. I'm like, man, is he really that stupid? Is he incredibly stupid or whatever? All right, cool, whatever. But when they came looking for the documents and they sat him down and said, listen, bro, this is the process. This how it works. Yes, as president, you can declassify documents, but there's a process, paperwork, things we have to do. And these people are trying to explain it to him. He's probably saying, nope, I'm the president. I do what I want to do. All right. And this went on for years, and they caught up with him. All right, bro. Like, all right, that's what you think. Okay. And they caught up with him. Let's continue.
So whether a president can or cannot kind of wave the magic wand and declassify documents, from what I've seen, I'm no lawyer, as we all know, but from what I've seen, the weight of the argument seems to be that he really can't just wave the magic wand, say things are declassified, and then boom, it's all done. And one word you just heard in that CNBC report, which will be key for former President Trump, is stonewalling. Donald Trump, I think, is very, very right at the moment to not just politically, but he's right on the merits that there is a double standard, because the Durham report just revealed the way the FBI treated the Clinton private server investigation and the Trump Russian collusion allegations. You can see pretty clearly, I mean, John Durham lays out pretty persuasive evidence that the FBI, through their own emails, text messages, was worried that Hillary Clinton was going to be president, and if they had pursued this investigation very rigorously, would get in trouble, that she would turn on the DOJ. You can actually hear them talking about that. Whereas with Donald Trump, they thought, there's no chance he's going to become president. Remember, Peter Strzok said to his mistress at the time, Lisa Page, we have an insurance policy, and then acted out an insurance policy. So without getting into the weeds of that, you're going to see this emerge once again. House Republicans right now are fixated on that document in which a highly credible, they say, paid FBI informant made an allegation that Joe Biden took some $5 million to change his position on, I think it was actually Ukraine at the time, the more we're learning about it, and that this is all tied up in the Biden family lobbying, and the FBI dropped the case or booted it over to Delaware in a way that, again, contrasts very sharply with the Russia collusion investigation. And so now when you have the documents case, and you have Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Mike Pence, all being found in the span of some months to possess classified documents in their personal areas and in ways that were not properly classified by the National Records and the Presidential Records Act, which is the law in the heart of the question here. So now when you have that coming, Donald Trump has already used it. He is already obviously invoking that potential double standard that the
And man, she's right. She's right. Bro. 1 for 34, man. I appreciate that love, man. $5 cash shot, man. Thank you so much, bro. That's for you, man. Thank you so much, brother. I do appreciate that. But she's absolutely right. There is a double standard. And I got friends, you know what I mean, hardcore conservative friends, you know what I mean, deep red. And I mean, we were having this conversation a long time ago, and they were, you know, this is of course long before this indictment, but you know, it's one of my cool dudes, one of my brothers, is a white guy. And you know, he's sitting there and he's all flustered, and he's like, the justice system is rigged. You know, they're going after him because they don't like him. You know, they're trumping up charges on Donald Trump. And I'm sitting there just looking at him, and he was like, you don't understand what it's like to be people coming after you for things you didn't do, and you're going to have to go to prison for them. And I just looked at him and started laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. And then he realized what he said, and he started laughing too. He was like, my bad, bro. I'm just frustrated. Like, you telling me, a black man in America, that I don't know what it's like? I don't know how bad the justice system is? Are you crazy, bro? What are you smoking? And please give me some, because that you out your mind. Of course. They're letting dudes out of prison that look like me every day, it seems. Every day. Because they've been in jail for 25, 35, 45 years. They letting them out like, oopsie, my bad. Hey, my bad. We didn't know. Come on now. Yes, in America, it doesn't matter who you are. They can come see you in this country. They'll lock you up. They will put a case together and put you away. You have all kind of people sitting there talking about, yeah, that was the one. He did it. It was him. They'll put you away. And they're just showing like, all right, if you in the 1%, you part of the matrix, but you ain't playing right, like Donald Trump ain't playing right, they'll use that system on you too. And he think he got bread? Oh, you think you got more money in the United States of America? They make the money, bro. You think your attorneys are going to be able to get you out of this? No, they are not, bro. So I just thought that was hilarious when old boy was saying that, man. You have no idea what it's like. You have no idea how corrupt the system is, how they could just put someone in jail without cause who's innocent. I'm like, bro, you high as hell. That man done bumped his head hard. I just thought it was funny, man. Let's get back to this story.
The media went crazy on the merits of Donald Trump having these classified documents. And it was just sort of a whimper when all of these other classified documents started turning up in Joe Biden's garage or at his, various sort of think tank facilities over the years. And that, again, like there's truth to that, but that key word from CNBC is going to be stonewalling. So what could really separate the Trump case from the other cases is whether he actually tried to obstruct the government in getting records that it believed belonged to it and that it believed were had not been properly classified via the Presidential Records Act and all of the procedure there. So, I mean, there's like sort of an interesting legal question, but for me, the sort of 30,000-foot view take is that Donald Trump does really embody all of the criticisms he levels against the political establishment. But, and here's the key but, doesn't make it right. It just means that for voters, it's baked into the Trump cake. Everybody knows this about Donald Trump. Nobody expects that Donald Trump, the man who campaigned by saying, I know the system, I alone can fix it, basically with the argument that he was part of the broken system. He made no real illusions about that. So his contention that he alone could fix it is, again, baked into the Trump cake. It's just sort of voters know that about him. They expect it from him. And so I think that still that so many people say, I just want a bulldozer, even if it's a corrupt bulldozer, that's still going to work for Trump and the sort of purely electoral level. He's saying it's election.
I hear what she's saying. Maybe. I don't think it's going to play the way that they're thinking for as many people. I think a lot of folks are done with Trump and they want to walk away. I know the big money is done with Trump. Right, the never Trumpers from the first go around, it was done with Trump back then. Like I know and so now you got regular moderate Republicans. They're done with Trump. They don't want to deal with Trump. They were liking DeSantis, but they don't. They're not liking what they're seeing now. The stuff that DeSantis is doing, so they're kind of looking for other options. Not only do these people like the political insiders and the folks who really are about voting and stuff like that, the smart voters, but the smart money in the Republican Party. Follow the money, bro. The smart money. Look at all of the Republicans that are jumping in right now. It's going to be more Republicans, vying for the top of the ticket on this particular cycle than I think in a lot of cycles, man. You have to go back a long time to find this many people. They all sense blood in the water. They're like Trump and DeSantis. They're gonna consume each other, and I can be the viable alternative. But she's right. Like with Trump, Pence, and Biden with these secret documents, right? When they went to Pence, when they went to Biden looking for these documents, they were like, "Here, take it." They did not try to push back at all. Here you go. I didn't even know we had those. I thought we took them back. My bad. And they weren't doing that because of the way the government went after Trump. They were doing it because they know that was smart. Like, yo, bro, I'm not gonna try to push back on the government. I'm gonna go and talk crazy. They went to Trump and said, "Hey, man, we know you got these documents. We need these documents." He's telling them to go kick rocks. Man, go kick rocks, whatever. Y'all know who I am? I'm Mr. Big. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. We're going to ask you again, man. We need these documents. And they did that over and over and over again till finally they had to come in there and seize those documents from his home, and they found them in all sorts of places, all sorts of weird places, inside of clothing and drawers with, random kind of clothing and all that kind of stuff, like underwear and lingerie. And they found them in boxes inside of closets, and they found the stuff everywhere, but they found it. And once that happened, like, bro, it's a wrap. You were saying you didn't have it. You were quote unquote stonewalling, like she was saying. Yeah, bro, you have a problem. And now he's seeing how serious this problem is. So looking down the road, what does this mean for Donald Trump? Right. So he guilty of sin. Ain't no doubt about that. You ain't really trying. If you're an attorney, you ain't trying to go to trial with this. You know he guilty. So what kind of deal can be had? I don't know. What are you going to offer him? Okay, plead guilty to whatever lesser charge they can come up with these documents, and do 18 months of home confinement with a box on your ankle, and then do 60 months of probation. And we'll take that. And even if you do that, if he was like, okay, that's a cool deal, I'm gonna take it, he's gonna have to go to court, and he's gonna have to tell the court what he did. He's gonna have to, cop to the crime. You see Donald Trump doing that? I don't. It's gonna be public record. Yeah, I broke these laws. Yeah, I did this, blah, 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 blah. And then you get your sentence that you hope that normally the judge agrees on the sentence and they go ahead and do it. But judges can do what they want to do. You agreed to do this, and then the judge turns around like, "Now we're gonna lock you up in Leavenworth for 4 years." Like, can they? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's how the system works. It's crazy. It depends on the judge. The judge got a vendetta with you. Like, you don't know what's going on. It happens all the time. And that's on this case. You still got the state case. Right? And if he's found guilty on that, and if there's any jail time involved with that, you got to do that in a state institution. And you still got that election thing from Georgia. And I believe that's going to be a federal case. Now, the thing is this: if he gets, if he is found guilty on this these federal charges, and is found guilty or cops a deal on the Georgia thing, which are also federal charges, right? If he does all that, he gets sentenced or whatever, Biden or whoever the president is can pardon him, because those, you can get a pardon. And that's probably what would happen. But a president can't pardon a state case. Only the governor can. And we already know there's not going to be a Republican governor out of New York. And even if it was a Republican governor out of New York, they're not going to pardon Trump, because all of the New Yorkers are all united in their disdain for this dude. So, hey, man, this is going to be crazy. You know what I mean? CJ, what's good, fam? How you feeling, bro? Faye 100, CJ in the house, man. What's good? We just talking about Trump, man. Just wrapping it up a quick short. Talking about Trump, man. Like, hey, man, I don't know what to say about it, bro. This dude done caught more cases than cats I knew in the streets, man. Like, this dude catching case after case. Like, this is crazy. The civil cases having to, cough up money. Man, this is crazy. We're just gonna follow this story, y'all. We're gonna see how this plays out. Bro, with the indictment coming down now, the federal system moves a lot faster than the state system. So you can see the trial and all that pre-trial stuff and this and that. That's gonna happen pretty quick, and they're gonna be setting trial dates pretty quick. So he's definitely gonna be going in and out of court dealing with this case while the election is, while the run up to the election is going on. And he's going to be running in and out of New York, sometimes trying to deal with that case. I know the judge in New York said he doesn't have to be present all the time, but he's going to have to be present a lot of the time. So you got that case. And then when this Georgia thing pops up, he's going to have to do that. So I guess they're going to be trying him for this particular case out of Florida, I guess, because that's where the documents were. And, maybe this is where they filed papers. I mean, it's a federal case, and this is where he's living. He's living in Florida. He's a resident of Florida. So I guess this Fed case is going to be in Florida. You got the New York State case. And then, of course, the Georgia thing is going to be a federal case out of Georgia. I don't think they're going to be able to combine the two cases at the federal level. Bro, he's got a problem. And here, hey, guys, I'm not an attorney. I don't know the law like that. All I know about the law is what I've seen from back in the day when once upon a time we was doing, allegedly, what we was doing in those streets. You know what I mean? So I've seen my share of arraignments. I've seen my share of court trials. I've definitely seen my share of deals come down. Just talking to people, and prosecutors come and they make you a deal, bro. They come down and make a deal. And when it's a Fed case, and people will tell you this on the street, when it's a Fed case and they offer you a deal, take it. Bottom line, they only gonna offer that deal once. That's the best deal you're gonna get. Take it. Because they ready to go to case. They airtight. They ready to go to trial. They don't like to, but they ready to go to trial. It's airtight. And when you get in the trial and realize there ain't nothing you can do about it, that first deal is gone. That first deal is gone. They'll make you another deal, but it ain't gonna be nowhere near as sweet as that first one. You know what I mean? So that's what I know about it, man. Yeah, habitual line stepper. Facts, bro. Facts. You know what I mean, Brother Dino, do you know about Trump's property evaluation scam? Yeah, I do. And he was crazy with it, bro. Like I can understand, fudging the numbers a little bit, but what he was doing was crazy. I'm not sure, where he stands with that. And I want to say that's a state case because it had to do with the state taxes. But if you did the same thing and you was doing that with, with federal funds, claiming that stuff on your IRS stuff, that's a Fed case. I don't know, bro. But this is how it goes, man. Like they get you in court, they start getting you on stuff, man, and then everything just starts falling from the ceiling, bro. Like that's the problem with being in the streets. That's the problem with being a criminal. Once they get you on something, man, you'd be surprised. Everything start falling from the ceiling, bro. Everything. So, and normally when they do it on the street, they're doing it because they hit you with all these cases, and it just forces you to spend all your money and all your reserves on your attorneys fighting all these different cases. I don't know if they're gonna do that with Trump. They can break you, bro. That's how the system works. You're dealing with somebody, man, this dude the plug, bro. He getting all his money, man. He making all his money. You know what I'm saying? In the streets, he's making $100,000 a day. Man, they'll drain those dudes, man. They'll drain them. They'll drain them in that court system. Quick. You'd be surprised how fast that money goes. Going to these attorneys, bro. These high-end criminal attorneys, bro. You're going to need a team of them. So, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Brother CJ, like it depends how bad they want you. Yup. Fed deals are a blessing. Can be. But like I say, when it's the savvy soldier on the street, man, like the plug, like the wise plug, it'll tell you right now, when the feds come knocking on the door, that's the FBI, bro. They come in there, some federal agents in there. Yeah, bro. All right, let's talk to the prosecutor, man. Whatever the prosecutor brings in there is the deal, man. Take it. Like, take that. Federal prosecutor walk in there, here go the deal. All right, bet. Now, problem with that is they going to want you to point the finger and they want you to talk about some other folks. So sometimes, you can't take it. You're just going to have to sit down and do your time. But if it's all about you, if you the big fish, then yeah, man, go ahead and take that deal. You know what I mean? That's it. You the one they want. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that conviction. You know what I mean? How much time we looking at? What type of facility? They're going to give you some leeway on that. Or can I get this facility over here? Can I get this and that? All right, cool. You know what I mean? Can you cut me a break on the restitution? Y'all done bled me. You know what I mean? With these cases, they'll cut you a deal on that. All right, we'll cut you a little slide, your little case on that. I'm sorry, little love on that restitution. It's like anything else. You just make the deal. Brother Terusa's in the house. What's good, man? With the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? Stay safe and be on the lookout for the Kia, Trump rallies. Bro. Hey man, it's I was talking to some young cats down here, man. There was someone in Hillsborough County trying to bring Trump down here. And bro, they didn't get a whole lot of support. They're like, hey, we want to bring Trump down here. We want to do this rally. They weren't getting a whole lot of crazy support. Money wasn't coming out the woodwork. And I had this conversation about a month ago, bro. So I was like, yo, it's changing, man. It's changing. Like I said, these people out here, bro, like they mad. A lot of people got locked up. A lot of people had to sit down behind that January 6th stuff, bro. And a lot of those people were down here. So, we're going to see. We're going to see, man. I'm about to wrap this up. It's supposed to be a short. I'm already 40 minutes in. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to get this out real quick. We're definitely going to talk about this. Charus, I'll probably hit you up, man. We might, sit down and talk about this, man. I'm trying to find me some of my conservative friends who might be willing to come and, jump in and, we just all have a conversation. But even the people, the hardcore conservatives, the money people, you know what I mean? The puppet masters, I like to call them, man, they ain't rocking with Trump, man. They're not rocking with him. And they're like, whatever. And it is what it is. They're not opening up their pocketbook. They're not rocking with that guy. A lot of them are going with DeSantis. And even now they're starting to back away from DeSantis. So I'm trying to see who's going to be the next one up. Is it going to be Nikki Haley? I don't know. Tim Scott? I don't know. Who's going to be the next one up? And what state are they going to come from? I think Brother Dino was saying Sununu's not running. You know what I mean? So who is it going to be? And I think it's going to be someone that we're not familiar with. It's going to be someone from the back of the herd. It's going to make their way forward, and that might be a good thing. You know what I mean? It's like, Trump doesn't even pay his lawyers. That is a fact. He don't pay his lawyers. He does not, and that's why the good ones have already gone, and the better ones, damn, don't even call us, bro. To get one of those high power, really good attorneys, Trump's going to have to come with a ridiculous retainer. You know what I mean? Probably 8 figures or more, you know what I mean, on the retainer, because they know they're probably not going to get no more money after that. So we'll see how it plays out, man. I'm just wanted to do this quick short, man. Just to summarize, man, Trump got indicted again, federal case, man. This is all about the secret documents that he had in his possession. 7 counts. 7 counts. I haven't seen the breakdown of the counts, but we'll probably see all that tomorrow. And listen to all the talking heads talk about this, man. Like I said, I don't even think there's a deal to be made out here, but we'll find out. We'll find out. But I tell you this, it's going to be real hard to get from under this indictment. Really hard. And then the next one, the election interference or whatever coming out of Georgia, that's going to be even harder. It's going to be even harder. So, yeah, man, that's it, y'all. I hope y'all having a good night, man. Get a good night's sleep, man. Kiss your family, kiss your kids, man. Let them know you love them and give them an opportunity to tell you they love you. You know what I mean? And it is what it is, man. Thanks for rocking out with me on the late one. I will be on again tomorrow at some point, probably do 2, maybe 3 shows tomorrow, 2 lives, and I'll probably upload one, something like that. And just let you guys know what's going on with the comedy. Tonight was a good show. It was a good show. And I know that I got a punchline that works. Now I got to just continue to, make the setup a little bit better and get that going. So I'll talk about that tomorrow, guys. We'll talk about some more comedy. We'll do a downrange podcast tomorrow. I promise you. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. We're going to do a downrange podcast tomorrow. And I'm going to do we're going to talk about the Manosphere 2 tomorrow. That MLD thing, like dude's coming out. He's doing it all wrong, bro. All wrong. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So until then, man, I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. Have a good night's sleep, fellas. Thanks for rocking out with me, man. Salute to all of y'all, bro. And I'm going to holler at y'all later. Y'all know what it is, man. I'm done. I'm DL Saint. This is a DL Short. I'm going to holler at you later, man. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.